Alright, let's take a break from the immortal killer that is B and go back to something light-hearted. Now, I'm just kidding, because we all know this new Transformers ain't light-hearted at all. They are savages. Welcome back to my YouTube channel where we talk about comics, books, and stuff. And this is the next installation of the Transformers 2024 run. Optimus and his Autobots have taken a great big L, and they were on the move. But before we get back to that, we focus on a flashback that happened millions of years ago in Earth's orbit. The Autobots were facing off against the Decepticons. Beachcomber was held above the head of a Decepticons about to be tossed out of the ship into deep space. I mean, bro tried to call Optimus, tried to call all his other battle brothers, but nobody was paying attention and he was lost. But thankfully, he had enough momentum to be transported to the surface of the moon, Earth's moon. He came crashing down with a large thump. I mean, thank God for being a Cybertronian. Anyone else would have died, but he survived. But that was the problem. He survived. No one knew where he was. He didn't know where he was. All he could do was wait. And he waited for a long time. A long, long time on Earth's moon. But thankfully, humanity has started to evolve. And then they came to the moon by themselves. Seeing this as an opportunity, as they took off on their spacecraft, he hitched a ride and came to Earth. He was overjoyed. Something new, finally. And it was a good something because he landed on a beach somewhere on Earth with new life, new landscape, a chance for him to be at peace. But all of a sudden he got life signs. His mates were alive. He tracked them down to the mountainside, seeing his ship. He thought to himself, my boys are around. This is going to be a party. Only to invade the ship and see that everyone was out cold. Everyone was deactivated. And the screen of the ship asked, do you want to activate everyone? And he made the conscious choice not to, because he knew everywhere the Decepticons and Autobots were, that place becomes a war zone. This planet was way too beautiful, way too young to be tainted by their hands. So he chose to let his people sleep. He chose to abandon his race and live in perfect harmony with nature. Even Spike was like, bruh, you left your people and you stayed here alone for thousands of years? He made sure to clarify, I wasn't alone. Nah, I had people. All around him, the animals felt at home with him like he was one with nature. But there was one that didn't deserve to be here. Astro Train, bound in chains, was awake, and he was furious. How dare you bind me? Release me now so I could destroy you with my own hands. Astro Train should be unleashed, not bound. Even after his declaration of murderous intent, Beachcomber still brought forth Energon to give him to feed, and Astro Train made it clear, I do not need your charity. Free me now, so I could take you to my lord and master, Shockwave. As soon as Beachcomber heard Shockwave, he kind of froze up, because everyone knows Shockwave is a literal mad scientist. He enjoys tearing people apart. Well, he was confused as to why Shockwave was already here. That is when Spike let him know that, yeah, a war has been going on, my brother. Decepticons and Autobots are already fighting. Your mission was already a failure. Everyone is awake. After hearing this, you'd expect Beachcomber to want to join the fight being an Autobot, but he simply said, yeah, I'm sworn to peace. I'm done with the war. But the Decepticons were just getting started because now Shockwave was here. Checking on Soundwave, he asked him, what are you doing? And Soundwave made it clear that he was fixing his boy, Ravager. And this irritated Shockwave. He took Ravager by the feet and he wanted to toss him in the trash because you are wasting time. We are in a literal war. There is no time for sentimentality. But at that exact moment, something caught his eye. Something beautiful. Telling Soundwave to follow him. They both ran out and they saw what was so beautiful. What was so amazing, it caught the eye of Shockwave. Life. The life on Earth was beautiful and it was flourishing. He was so amazed by it. He turned to Soundwave and said, Soundwave, do you see this shit? Soundwave was like, yeah, it's cool. And next thing you know, before you could even think Shockwave was a little bit kind, he said, turn on the machine. and it turned on and it started grinding, and you see him smiling saying, yes, yes, yes. This machine was already breaking down life. Everything we thought he was finding amazing was just fuel. He was demonic. Back with the Autobots though, Wheeljack had just brought back the generator online, and before he knew it, he heard a voice he never thought he would hear in a long time. Alita 1 was here, and she had someone with her, extending her greetings to the other Autobots. RC was wondering who was this mysterious person, and she realized this was her battle brother. This was Ultra Magnus. He said, Alita 1, easy. I never wanted you to see me like this, but she didn't care. You're my brother, bro. This was cause for celebration, and Wheeljack wanted to celebrate. Then Optimus gave him the bad news. Well, everyone was lost, and Ratchet was dead. He couldn't even comprehend this. What do you mean? Optimus tried to be there for his friend, but he said, don't touch me. Just let me be. Give me a moment. A lot of brothers have been lost, and the rest were captured, soon to be discombobulated by the demented hands of Shockwave. Because Shockwave don't play about his torture, making sure Cliffjumper knew what was to come. Bruh, I'm going to bust your ass. Bet. Disgusted by this act, the other Decepticons decided to leave because they were honorable. They didn't believe in this form of warfare. And honestly, they had other things to worry about. Skywarp wanted to go get his brother, but Soundwave made sure to remind him, your life is mine. You do what I tell you. Understood? And he said, yes, sir. Optimus, on the other hand, was trying to convince Alita 1 he didn't run off on her, when he absolutely did. He could have stayed and fought on the front line with his people, but he chose to leave Cybertron. He chose to leave her. It was for a noble cause, yes, but it was still a choice made. But now was not the time to cry. Now was the time to stand and fight, because something was coming, something outrageous, because we see that machine that was eating life wasn't just eating life, no, it was taking life and giving it to something else, somewhere else. We see this machine as energy and power course through its vein. It lets off a massive shot, going deep into space, illuminating everything in its path. We see what this machine was shooting at was Cybertron itself. It was bringing Cybertron to life, and it could be seen from everywhere on Earth. Cybertron was coming. War was coming.